The professor is the most negative voice in all of Magic. All this guy does is complain. Why do you still play the game if you hate it so much? LOL. Imagine getting paid to be angry about a card game. All this guy does is complain. Oh, look, Professor bitching about Magic. Must be day that ends in Y. So negative. Ha ha ha. Cue the TCC clickbait video now. All this guy does is complain. I have literally never seen the professor say a single positive thing about Magic. I am one of Magic the Gathering's largest critics, but that doesn't mean I don't get a lot of criticism myself, most of it being the sort of sentiment that you just heard. While all of those comments were generalized versions of the thousands of remarks I have seen made about my content over the years, that last one was really word for word, that this person has literally never seen me say a single positive thing about Magic. Literally? And okay, while that is obviously not true, the sentiment behind all of this is something I am aware of, and that I give a lot of thought to. Is my channel essentially a negative content factory about this game? Is that a question many Magic the Gathering players really ask? Okay, I can be nothing if not self-critical, so let's take a critical and honest look at my own content. In determining just how negative my content really is, I want to approach it as I might any other review, using evidence and numbers. Let's begin by looking back at several months' worth of videos and see just how many really are negative. Now, I want to acknowledge some subjectivity is going to be at play here. For example, is a top 5 best new cards video a positive video? I kind of feel it is. I'm saying, hey, these are the best new cards from a set. They're awesome. I think they're cool and well designed and going to be relevant. What about gameplay videos? Is Shuffle Up and Play a positive video? It's me and my friends and fellow creators playing and loving this great game and enjoying all it has to offer. We're laughing, we're having a good time. That's a positive video, right? What about strategy guides? When I do a Tolarian tutor or similar video, teaching cube, mulligans, how to build a modern or pauper or commander deck. Any video about just learning and getting better at Magic, are these positive videos? And for that matter, are deck techs positive? Personally, I think they are. I honestly think my wanting to share like a $40 budget guide to building a commander deck is a positive video. It's me trying to get you to play and enjoy this game, but I can see how a more scrutinous person might challenge that. So here's what I want to do. Let's split the difference. Can we at least agree that Shuffle Up and Play, strategy guides, deck techs, top 5 videos, things like that are not negative videos? If you agree with me that they are positive, then great. But at the very least, I think it's fair to say that they're not negative. A negative video is more something like this, right? Yeah, this is a negative video. They discontinued giving out promos at Friday Night Magic, and I was really critical of that decision. This is a negative video too. Magic 30. Oh my god, remember that? That's negative. Or how about the Deluxe Edition or Fetchland Secret Lair? These are clearly negative videos. As too are bad product reviews. If I give a product a fail, a D. Heck, I'll even say that anything less than a B grade should be considered a negative product review. Even though C is technically passing, C's get degrees, but I'll still consider it a negative video for the purposes of this video. So with that in mind, just how many negative videos have I had in the past few months? Well, my most previous video is about me celebrating what I think are some of Magic's most brilliant card designs. But that did come right after me doing a video about stupid card designs. Obviously, we'll go ahead and count that as a negative video, but I want to point out that in that video, I had a very positive attitude towards these stupid cards. I said that I loved them, that they made Magic a richer game. I compared them to cheesy old special effects from Doctor Who and Star Trek. So I wasn't exactly foaming at the mouth and ranting about how crappy these cards are, so much as saying, this is silly, it's something that we can laugh at, but also enjoy. But okay, there's your first negative video. Prior to that, we had our Shuffle Up and Play with Spice 8 Rack, Aaron Hansen, and Spencer Crittenden. Awesome, loving episode where we get to return to Lorwyn. And prior to that, I had an instructional on sideboards. Now, the video before that had this thumbnail, which I think a lot of people go, oh, that's negative. Look at that thumbnail, he's making an angry face. But if you watch the video, I actually offer a lot of praise for collector boosters of all things. I say that they've brought down the cost of cards for standard decks. I say that they've improved greatly. I was opening up the original collector booster box that was put out for Wilds of Eldraine, and I go, oh my god, there's no value. It was like $50 of value in it. And throughout the video, I'm saying, wow, collector boosters have gotten so much better. So I guess this is our first question. Is this a negative video? It's me whining a lot. I think there's a lot of people who would argue that it is, but I think it's just me opening up booster packs and having fun. Yeah, I'm whinging on, but I'm doing it with a smile. I'm not saying this game sucks. I hate this crap. I can't even believe people play. I'm going, oh my god, why do people spend $24 on these packs? Just buy singles and play with those cards instead. I honestly think the thumbnail goes a long way here. We have to make thumbnails that look exciting, engaging. But here's what I want to do. I'll put collector booster box videos aside. You can count them towards the negative or the positive as you see fit. I'll mark them here in the middle. But okay, the video before that, absolutely a negative one. It's my review of the worst things to happen in Magic the Gathering this year. Though of course, prior to that is my video about the best things to happen in Magic the Gathering this year. Prior to that was another Shuffle Up and Play with Rachel Weeks, Surge from Loading Ready Run, and Rebel. This might have been one of my favorite episodes. We had so much fun in it. Prior to that was my commentary on the bans and unbans that happened. And that commentary was almost entirely positive. If you watched the video, I was really excited about these changes. I said the bans were a good thing and the unbans were a good thing. It was a celebration of the decision Wizards of the Coast made in regards to those cards. As too was my video about the rules changes in Magic. This is one where my audience largely disagreed with me. The comments on this video were really vitriolic, but my analysis of these rules changes was a largely positive one. Prior to that, we had our Lost episode with Wubby. This was another Shuffle Up and Play gameplay. Really fun episode. I hope you've seen it. And then prior to that was a product review guide. This is me basically going over every product in Magic and offering you a consumer guide to it. Prior to that was a video where I was advocating that we have a smaller ban list in Commander. Is that a negative video? It's me saying, hey, let's unban these cards. I don't know. It's like, yeah, there's the thumbnail. I'm breaking out of the chains. Look at me. But I'm not upset. I guess I'm upset that the cards are banned, but I don't know. I just don't view this as a negative video. It's me saying, let's unban these cards and play with them. Prior to that was my video calling for open auditions for Shuffle Up and Play, which came right after another Shuffle Up and Play with the Karate Kid. We got the Karate Kid on Shuffle Up and Play, Jacob Bertrand. Then we had a review video of Jumpstart. I love Jumpstart. It's one of my favorite products. This was an A review. That's positive, but it was not positive when I looked at the Secret Lair Commander deck, 20 Ways to Win. Definitely a negative review. And then here we go, it's another collector booster box opening, this one for Foundations. And prior to that, it was Shuffle Up and Play with Spice 8 Rack again, Voxy, and Tappy Toe Claws. My video before that was a review of the Starter Collection and Beginner boxes for Foundations. I gave both products positive grades, and the video largely focused upon the differences between them to help you, the consumer, decide which one was right for you. The video before that was the Booster Box game for Foundations. And again, I have to ask the question, is a booster box game a negative video? The box didn't have any value in it. I was moaning and groaning about that and saying to buy singles unless you want to open packs for fun, which is okay. It's just the idea of, should I spend all this money on a booster box to get cards for building a deck? And most of the time you should just buy the singles. I don't view that as the same thing as a video going on about Magic 30 or Wizards of the Coast sending the Pinkertons to someone's door. It's just a pack pack opening video. It's maybe not positive, but it's not negative either. Prior to that was a product review of Magic accessories, in this case deck boxes. I looked at the best new deck boxes that came out this year, and before that was Magic Foundations. I actually called it one of the best products of the year. Now, despite that, you might wonder why the video before there said don't buy Magic Foundations. Well, that's because it was my top 5 picks for Commander from Magic Foundations. It's me saying buy these cards instead. It's a series that I do at this point. Don't buy set. Buy these cards instead for Commander, because Commander is not where you want to just buy packs and rip them open to get an individual card. Yeah, it's framed again. It's a framing device. It's not a negative video. It's me saying these are the best new cards for Commander. It's me trying to help you save money. Don't spend your money on packs. If you're looking for individual Commander cards, just check out the best new Commander cards and pick them up by singles. Yeah, there you go. I really do worry that people see the thumbnail, don't buy Foundations, and they're like, oh, he's hating on Foundations. No, it was one of the best sets of the year. It's a framing device. Before that was a non-Commander episode of Shuffle Up and Play, where I played Standard with Covert Go Blue, Krim, and Jesse. Prior to that was the best new reprints, and right before that was my guide to Foundations pre-release and draft, trying to help out players who are going down to pre-release or drafting at their local game store. And then before that, here we go. It's another one of my inflammatory thumbnails. Did this $2 Magic card just burn up multiple formats? It's another series I do at this point. Every time a new set comes out, there's at least one card that everyone goes insane over and says is going to break everything, and I take a look at that card as well as the other top cards from that set. I am not actually in the video saying, this is a huge problem, Wizards should be destroyed and disbanded and this game is ruined. In fact, the video is a counter to that mindset. I take a rational and calm look at the card. I say whether or not it needs to be banned, whether or not it's going to be a problem, and I also explore other great cards from the set. Yeah, the thumbnail is this, and I worry about the thumbnail. Also, looking at all these thumbnails so far, it isn't every thumbnail that is like this. It's really just me trying to differentiate some of my videos to create a kind of cohesion or series. Hey, Commander players, don't buy booster boxes to build decks with. And hey, everyone, don't freak out about this one new card. All right, this was a self-indulgent one. I went over the top times I was right. Let's not dwell on this thumbnail too long, but this was a little self-congratulatory, okay. And then here it is, we had an absolutely negative video. It was me reacting to the announcement that in 2025, half of all of Magic the Gathering would be Universes Beyond. Definitely my most negative video out of everything we've seen, and that right there is 2 months worth of videos, okay? I don't want to go back any further. Okay, the one before that was about Pauper, not negative. The one before that was me playing Shuffle Up and Play with Graham and Kathleen and Jimmy. Anyway, never mind those two. But there you go. That's a negative one. So that's 2 months worth of videos, 30 videos in 2 months, and only 4 of them were negative. Even if you want to argue that number and say that the collector booster box game was negative, I think you might be focusing too much on the thumbnail and not the contents, where I'm absolutely gushing over the cards, talking about life and Magic memories. But even then, there were only 2 collector booster box videos in those 2 months. So what, 6 out of 30? All right, you're going to have to trust me on this next part, but I'm going to look at all of 2024 and using the same methodology that I just demonstrated, show you the entire year. I invite you, if you do not trust what I'm about to show you, to go back through every single video over 2024, but I'm going to save you that time and do it in about 30 seconds. All in all, there were 150 videos published on Tolarian Community College in 2024. I've broken them all down into these general categories. Obviously, we had product reviews, 13 of which were grades of B or above, and 4 of which were grades of a C, D, or fail. Now, this is not counting Secret Lair videos, of which there were a whopping 10 last year. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going into these and pulling out every individual A, B, C, D fail grade from them. If you want to count all Secret Lair videos as negative, go ahead. I feel like I give Secret Lairs a fair shake, but I did want to put them in their own separate category here. 2024 saw 9 deck techs. I think it's fair to say these are not negative videos. And we had 13 instructional videos. These are also not negative. In terms of commentary pieces, such as Tolarian wins or related, this is really interesting. I counted twice, but there were 11 negative commentaries last year and 11 that I would count as not negative. Again, I am specifically looking at commentaries relating to decisions by Wizards of the Coast. This is also where I'm including things like my best of, worst of videos. But yeah, it seems I'm split pretty 50-50 here. We had 28 shuffle up and play videos. I'd personally argue those are all positive, but they're certainly not negative. And then of course we have both the booster box game and the collector booster box game, 9 of the former and 8 of the latter. Again, this is highly subjective. I don't really view them as necessarily negative. A few might have had more of a negative tone than others, and I know the thumbnails for the collector booster box games are ones that I have a little bit of fun with, to say the least, but we did 8 of those collector booster box games videos in 2024. There were a whopping total of 19 videos that looked at things like the best new cards for Commander, new card designs, best reprints or otherwise best of videos for each new set, and then of course there are miscellaneous videos, things like our office hours video with Ashiok, not negative. That was actually one of my favorite videos, and I'm including other skits such as my 1 million subscriber Christmas Carol skit and other one-off videos that don't quite fit in the Tolarian wins commentary style of category. Of these, I did find 3 that I consider negative, so looking at all of this, the grand total, if you do not count Secret Lairs, nor either type of booster box game, there's only a total of 18 negative videos out of all 150. Now, do you want to add those collector booster box games to that number? Fine. That makes it 26 out of 150. Do you want to add the booster box game to that list as well? I don't think that's fair, but let's go ahead, and now we're still at only 35 out of 150 videos. Want to add every single Secret Lair video that I did last year to the category of negative? Well, that still only brings us to 45 out of 150 videos, which is both less than a third of all total videos, and also really pushing it, as there were some positive grades given to Secret Lairs, and tons of pack opening videos that were positive and joyful. Again, even if you disagree with some of how I classify videos, such as feeling that Secret Lair review videos are indeed negative, or that those collector booster box games are negative, how many videos is that really? Half a dozen more added to the number out of 150 videos that I made in 2024? I also really wish to urge people to look at the nature of my negative videos. Just what am I being so negative about? Am I hating on Magic as a game? No. I don't say that Magic sucks or that people should stop playing, boycott this game. In fact, from those bad reviews of some products to critical responses to, again, some of Wizards of the Coast's policies and decision-making, I'm actually really always advocating for people to play more Magic. I am negative when I see that things cost too much. I am negative when I see Wizards of the Coast doing things that I think will discourage people from playing. I want affordability. I want access, and I want fun. I really view my channel as a celebration of all things Magic the Gathering. I don't know, is this video what you kids call cope? Did I just serve you copium? I'd like to think this channel serves hope. Hopium. Hopium for the future of Magic. Is that cringe? Am I the cringe? Let me know in the comments below. And whether you do think that I am overly negative or not, I will use my final word to say what I've been saying for over 11 years now. When you do spend your money on Magic the Gathering products and accessories, whether you are buying booster packs or singles, card sleeves, or deck boxes, when it is possible and when it is reasonable to do so, try and spend that money where you spend time playing this great game, and that's at your local game store. You're supporting your Magic community when you do. And I absolutely do love this Magic community.